Hey, what's going on? Brand new year, 2021. Time for some fun. Back again with a brand new season. The season premiere, in fact, of Virtual Smoke Sesh, or V.S.S. if you will. This is episode 5, but technically it's episode 1 of season 2. So without further ado, let's light up some shit here. This was grown by a relative of mine. I'm not sure what the strain name is, but it's very white and frosty. I'll show you a bud at some point. And maybe I'll just insert a picture of the buds here since we're offline. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and spark this up. It's about a 5-piece here. It's fucking mighty smelling stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and smoke that. And I believe he said those were from Crop King Seeds. So yeah, but I didn't catch the strain name, unfortunately. So get that sparked up. Oh yeah. So like I said, we're not, well, that's some good stuff. So like I said, we're not really live today, but in the coming season, we're going to be getting all kinds of new guests even. We're going to be trying to get new guests for Virtual Smoke Sesh. We'll try to do half an hour hit and quit it's. And yeah, basically, we're going to try and bring you kind of a new style of the show. Where every other show, what we'll do is we'll have somebody, who's a YouTuber or something like that on the show, maybe one of my personal friends, and then we'll have another style of the show where we do just kind of open lines, just like we do with news, politics, conspiracy theory chat. We'll just have an open door policy. You can come in, you can be part of the show if you want. You got to be smoking dope. That's the rule for the show. Or something. You got to smoke something. If you want to smoke meth, if you want to smoke some fucking Ojibwe, whatever you do, just make sure you're coming with some stories. Now, yeah, let me smoke here there. Holy fuck. Oh, fuck. I'm spinning. Woo! If you could see what I'm seeing right now, it's like, whoa. Just came back to reality. So yeah, my holiday was pretty good. I was looking back. This is our first episode of Virtual Smoke Sesh. Our first episode of Virtual Smoke Sesh in probably like 2-3 months. So we're gonna try and do these pretty much a couple of times a week. And usually I've got a script and stuff. Usually it's a lot better if you're just tuning in for the first time. Go ahead and check out some of our other episodes. But yeah, basically just come on here, smoke, say whatever I've prepared or whatever comes to mind. And usually I just have some rough notes, Oh, that's some good stuff. I had some mighty fine hash there a few days ago. But it went pretty quickly. Smoking in joints. See, the key with hash is you got to heat it up, crumble it into the paper on top of the weed. You got to heat it up just a little bit and crumble it on top. Don't make little balls. Don't make, some people say make a snake. Don't make a snake. That's a fucking waste. Just heat it up a little bit with your lighter directly on it. Crumble it just for a half a second, even like a second, Just heat it up for a second, crumble it on top of the paper, and roll it up, and there you go. Usually it doesn't run, but if it starts to run, just baptize the joint first. Go like this, go. And like kind of like suck on it. As if you were in prison, Motherfucker. Oh, oof. Jesus Christ. Woo. So yeah, shout out to VTG, Vape the God. I call him Twisty because he used to be Twisty Vapes on YouTube. I'm going to try and start doing virtual smoke sessions with him, talking to him. And yeah, he's usually got something cool to say about weed or something related. So But yeah, anyways, just wanted to apologize for the lack of good content, especially over the holidays. I had planned some fucking Christmas thing, and I did do the New Year's thing, and it was pretty good. Got a lot of viewers, but yeah, I didn't follow through with the Christmas thing and whatever. I don't know, just I wanted to take some time off. So now that we've had some time off, I've had some time to deal with some personal issues I'm having around the building here. They're not completely finished yet, but now I can focus a little bit more on my stuff that I was doing, and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start doing the news again. So I thought I'd just come on here, have a nice one, burn a nice one down, chat with you guys, and yeah, just let you know what's going on. Yeah, basically they're trying to get me to here in my building where I rent from. I'm the leaseholder. Lived here for about 3 years, and they're trying to get me to spray for pests. But I told them, I've got pets I need, and I've got myself. I can't leave for a day or two, without some place to go. So I got a lawyer, pretty good lawyer. My mama paid for it, and yeah, we're basically trying to either sue them or possibly meet a mutual standing ground that's good for both of us. Because I mean, man, when you're paying $1,100 a month and someone tells you got to leave for a day or two, and it's like, what the fuck? And I gotta, that's not it. I gotta bag up all my shit. I gotta empty out my cupboards and like board them up for like 2-3 months. It's just some ridiculous fucking bullshit. So, I mean, if you can rent or if you can have a mortgage, I'd say save up. Even if you have to live in a really shitty, tiny little place, save up and get a fucking down payment and get your own place, because just living here is not worth it. They abuse you. They have fire alarms going off all times of the night. Randomly, they'll have one go off during the day, and it'll scare the fuck out of you. It'll go off for like 5-10 minutes. Oh, it's just a drill. Sorry. It's like, holy fuck. It's just an $1,100 a month. You can get in Ottawa. I don't know. I'm not sure where you are. It's probably about the same. But in Ottawa, you can get a mortgage for like 700, $800. You can rent a full house just on the outskirts, usually of big cities, for $700 in comparison to $1,100. You know what I mean? So, you know, factor that in. I know there's a lot of fucking American folks that watch this. But, you factor it in. It's just think about it as the same, really. It's like 25% difference or whatever in the price, but who gives a fuck? Anyway, the purchasing power is almost the same, really. So yeah, smoking this one down. Yeah, these buds are nice, fat, frosty. I don't know what the fuck the guy did to them, but they're fucking good. Toasting my brain. Actually, full disclosure, I meant to start the video by saying this, but I'm pretty fucking high. I had something called it's called a firecracker. Well, but a little fly landed on me. Oh, see that? Ugh. Wish I could play that back on slow motion. Yeah, no. I had this thing called a firecracker. Basically, what it is you take some weed, you put it in the oven, decarb it at 250 Fahrenheit. And the only reason I'm using Fahrenheit is because that's what my oven is in. I don't approve of that stupid system, just so you know. But yeah, I fucking hate it, actually. It does so confusing. But yeah, anyways, fucking, you take some weed, you decarb it for 15 minutes at 250, take it out, you put some peanut butter on top of the weed. I used a 5-piece. You're supposed to use a 5-piece. Oh, and then you take the peanut butter, you put it on a cracker. I used an Oreo cookie, so I scraped out the fucking frosting, and I put the half the 5-piece on one cookie, half the 5-piece on another cookie. I had two of them, and some peanut butter. So it's a peanut butter Oreo, and it didn't taste that bad. And then you take them and you put them in the oven for another 15 minutes at 350. So you increase the temperature by fucking 100 degrees. And yeah, I got it from just Vice on YouTube. I don't usually approve of Vice, but whatever. They tell me how to get stoned. So yeah, I did that, and I did it yesterday too with a little bit more. I didn't really notice the effect because I was already tired, but I did it today, and fucking at first I was feeling real drowsy. The first stages are like the venom just entering in your veins in your brain. It's like, like comatose. Like you can't do shit. If you stay still, you'll fall asleep. You'll sleep for like 10 hours. Be careful. But if you have problems sleeping like I do, you take it before bed and it'll just knock you out clean. I was doing tea mostly up until recently when I saw that video and I figured out you can eat small amounts. But like it gave me a bit of a. I'm not gonna lie, it gave me a tiny bit of a stomach. Not I wouldn't say ache, but tiny of a. Maybe an ache, yeah. And it's because I'm eating the actual bud and it's grounded up and it's with peanut butter. But I mean, you can make it into butter. I've heard that it irritates, that it's likely to irritate your stomach. Anyways, it irritates my stomach every time. So I just had a gravel. Now I'm feeling fine, and it wasn't feeling too fine. It wasn't feeling too bad for the first like hour. So I think it just has to pass through your gut. And once it I recommend it eating it on top of a meal. And that way it doesn't, because if you eat it on nothing, you will get sick. 100%. Any edible. That goes for any edible. If you try to eat an edible without food, you're probably going to get sick. I mean, maybe not like a gummy or something well crafted, maybe not something from Shatter, but in general, especially afterwards, if you don't have some fucking munchies prepared, and I'm talking like a full meal, chicken, potatoes, some corn, maybe you get yourself a piece of pie or a pizza. You gotta have something hefty, because if you don't, especially like I'd say potatoes, just like when you're drinking, you gotta eat a hefty meal, and if you don't, you'll fucking regret it, man. You'll just be tired, and your stomach will hurt. You'll be violently hungry. Shout out to the Mighty Boosh. I think it's called the Mighty Boosh. I'm not sure. But they fucking, this guy has a YouTube channel. It's so weird looking at the screen while I'm talking. It's like talking to a mirror. It's very bizarre. Anyway, shout out to that guy, the Mighty Boosh. He does sessions too. And I'd like to see if I can, whatever the fuck it's called, video chat with him. That's what I like to call it. Non-denominational. Non-fucking company oriented. Definitely not Skype though. Fuck Skype. I think Zoom's pretty good. I've used it once. And I didn't set it up. I just used a link that someone gave me. But yeah, Zoom's alright compared to most of them. But I mean, fucking ideally, if you could record your Facebook fucking calls, that would be great. But of course, I don't think there's much that allows that. So they make it hard. Oh, there's no feature built in. Fucking, I hate Facebook. I fucking hate them. I'll make a post or I'll make a comment to someone, and because there's a sensitive word in there, it won't even post. Either that or people that I post on walls, they remove it without calling me out, which is weird. See, like I don't really like when people bitch at me, because like you're gonna bitch at me for posting anything. It's like I don't know why you're on this stupid ass platform in the first place. It's just like fuck. It's not like I put on crazy shit on there, like fucking vote for Stone Cold Steve Austin for president. He's the best man in the world. Like I don't put on some random shit on there. Put good, valid points. People get mad at it. They don't want to have that shit on their Facebook wall. I don't want that on my Facebook wall. I don't want it on my wall. Please take it off. Please don't post it on my wall. Send it in a private message. Don't put that on my Facebook wall. Why? Why do you give a fuck? It's some fucking random thing that doesn't even exist. It's literally only available to people who click on it. Who gives a fuck? It's less out there than this video. This video is not out there. Maybe 50 people will see this. Maybe if I'm lucky one day, in a year from now, maybe 100 if I do my job. So yeah, I've said this a lot of times. We're coming up on the end of the show here. I'm almost done my joint. Said this a lot of times. We're up in the content level on the show constantly. I've got a few videos lined up. It's going to be heavily geared towards Canadian shit. Maybe it'll give you Americans a view into the way things are going. But I mean, usually I include at least an example for Canada and America, so you can see this is on both sides of the fucking border, baby. You got to get ready for this shit. You guys are a little better off though. You have gun rights, but I mean, in the regard of you guys have way more troops and cops and shit to fuck with you. So I think if I was to move 8 hours from Ottawa, there's no cops coming to get me. There's no military coming. They don't give a fuck. If you're 2 hours from Ottawa, they might come get you. Doubt it. But, that's still in civilization, and Ottawa being like the biggest city before Toronto. basically. And Montreal is like another huge one. For all y'all who don't know about the geography around these parts. Yeah, I'm gonna focus on this. There's a 5-piece joint. I don't usually smoke a fiver. I usually smoke like a half a fiver. You know, when I used to smoke, when I started smoking, you share on a 5 or share on a G. You barely smoke. You don't smoke a fucking lot, especially when you're a kid and there's like 3 heads on J. When you're like 16 or 17 or whatever, 3 heads on the fucking J, you're not getting a lot, So it's I don't know. I think 5 is a lot unless you're really trying to get stoned, and that's what I try to do on this specific little segment. So if you want to take a look, if you're a regular viewer of the show, there's my green screen. It's made of painter's tape. It's very high tech. It's a high budget show that we're working with here. And, I don't know, take a peek around the studio maybe. Got my kitchen over there. Got some light bulb on top of a thing. Got fucking some Christmas decor still set up. Got my couch, And there's the fucking floor over there. Got the Xbox and the TV going. Fuck yeah. We're rolling. We're rocking and rolling up in this bitch. We're having a good time. So, yeah, anyway. There's a new movie out. It's called Sasquatch versus the Illuminati. That's right, Sasquatch versus the Illuminati. I'm gonna have to bring that up to Darren and Graham when I go on Care-ica, when they come on my podcast rather. They haven't invited me to their show, but they've agreed to be on mine, which is pretty cool. Maybe they'll release it on their platform, and we'll get some new community members here to see what we're doing on this show. We're always trying to push the message that shit needs to change. The only way it's gonna change is if motherfuckers like you and me stand the fuck up. Look like I got a halo, eh? That thing has not been on since the first fucking year I was in here. That fucking light. It's completely useless. I see we got two subscribers lost. So I guess it won't really matter if, because they won't see this, but I'm saying make sure you still subscribe and shit. They might be unsubscribing people, or it might be because I've been fucking lazy. I meant to do that mushroom report like I said a long time ago. I've got it all written out, so I just have to do the video. But it's hard to get yourself motivated sometimes, or sometimes you really want to do it, but then you've got a bunch of other shit to do, and then by the time you're done all those fucking chores and tasks and bullshit, you're not in the spirits anymore to put out your best. And I want to put out my best if I'm gonna do anything at all. I've done an episode of this before, maybe 2. And it's just not good enough, and I don't bother putting it out. It's like, if it's offline, I don't bother putting it out. It's not the same energy, Usually out of 70 fucking subscribers, or 75, or whatever the fuck we're at, 74. Usually if I go live, even at 3 in the morning, some fucker from India will hop on and just chat with me in the text. It's fun bouncing off what they have to say. But I can monologue just as well. Everybody who knows me knows I can talk for fucking hours. It's one of my talents. I'm an orator. You should have seen me today. I got up and I was like, I was like, what is it to be free if not to be something? Anyway, it doesn't really work right now because I've had a fucking 2 weed Oreo firecrackers. Make a weed Oreo firecracker today. If you don't like Oreos, get yourself some fucking vanilla Whippet puffs. I think they're called Whippets. You know what I'm talking about. They're like little fucking chocolate dip marshmallow cookies. Usually they've got jam or caramel. Sometimes they have like chocolate fudge. You know what I'm talking about. Look them up. They're like mini puffs, I think they're called, or some shit. Anyway, they got a hard chocolate shell, and they got shit in the middle. Get yourself one of those. Do the same recipe I said with the guava peanut butter and the weed. You only need a 5-piece. It's real cheap. If you do a gram, you probably get sick. But you could try it if you're a fucking ballsy motherfucker. Have some Gravol nearby though. That's what I use, and it works. Get yourself a knife, cut that shit in half. Do the same recipe I told you with your decarbing. It's good. It's good shit. I'm pretty toasted right now. So anyway, that brings us to the end of the show. Basically, don't want to go too long, but We've got a lot of good shit coming up on the show. Share it with your stoner friends. Please share this channel with your stoner friends. I've also started 2 new channels. That's right, 2 new. Probably coming up with another one at least. We've got 420 FM. That's going to be basically a friend of mine is going to be doing a show where he just tells all his favorite music. He sounds a little weird. He's got a fucked up voice, but he's going to be playing all classic tracks. And on YouTube, it'll probably be mostly stuff you haven't heard of before, which is really good that you should be exposed to. Oh, man, this scamdemic is hard when you're stoner. You're with coughing, people are like, oh, un temporado, me siento. Speaking in Spanish and shit. But yeah, anyways, we've got that channel coming up. It's going to be just a radio channel with a bit of commentary and just basically songs. But then on other platforms, they'll be playing classic stuff like classic rock and, you know, some reggae and all that kind of shit. But you can't do most of that on YouTube. Thankfully, there is enough music you can play on YouTube from independent artists that will blow your fucking mind. You won't even believe that these people are indie and not super famous. But yeah, we'll be bringing that up, and then so the second channel, I've had my second finger up for a while now. I don't know why I did it in reverse. Started here. The second channel is the Canadian Podcast Network. Basically, I'm going to be reaching out to Canadian podcasters, trying to get them to let me post their shit, and basically just create a network of Canadian podcasts and try to get the word out there because there's not a lot of them. There's really like a handful. It's a very small amount. I've seen maybe 2 or 3. And, you know, I'm pretty into it. I watch The Union of the Unwanted. I look at random shit. So, you know, it's an idea. We'll see if it takes off. But also, maybe I'll start just scooping up little guys because there's a lot of little guys that have like 30 subscribers, 20 subscribers. They're putting out good shit, but shadow banning, right? And my third new channel is Al Wotton for Prime Minister of Canada. So yeah, it's basically the unofficial channel for it. But I could be releasing speeches on there, addressing political issues and shit, and putting all the more serious like personal stuff, no jokes and shit. There won't be a lot of comedy on that channel. But if you like what I say, you know who I am. I've been talking about that shit for a while, so it's just a start to put out a channel, but it's a place to it's gonna be a place to really discuss that shit and talk about it seriously. And yeah, so that's pretty much the end of it. I'm at the end of my J here. I'll stub that out. Thanks for tuning in. That was Virtual Smoke Sesh number 5. Number 5. We're up to 5 now. And yeah, for all of you that do watch, I know there's a lot of you that watch this shit. It's like unbelievable that 30 people would listen to me talk. So yeah, thanks a lot. And again, we're coming back real soon. Quality content coming up here, and I want to talk to you. That's right, you, the listener. If you're listening to this right now, I want to have a conversation with you. I need guests. I want stories they have to say. I want ideas that you have for politics. And, you know, if you want, just come on here and smoke with me, and we'll just talk like normal people. But if you call me up on fucking the News Politics Conspiracy Theory chat show, or, you know, the Al Witten for Prime Minister, I'm going to be all uppity and fucking on the politics shit. But if you just call me on here, man, it's just going to be chatting. Or girl, whatever, if there's a girl in there. I know we've got a female subscriber now, so. Demographics. We've got 73 male subscribers and 1 female subscriber. No, there might be more than 1 female subscriber. I don't think so, though. How's that for data? Anyways, we're at 24 minutes. Thanks for watching. And remember, weed doesn't kill you. Smoking weed does not hurt you. It won't give you cancer. That's bullshit. It actually helps with fucking congestion. It helps with fucking asthma and shit. Trust me, I have asthma. It helps. And yeah, so fucking also eat weed. Weed really helps your system. Look into Rob Stinson oil. If you eat that shit on the regular, you'll never get cancer. It is the cure to cancer. So look into it. I'm not fucking around. Anyway, God bless you. And yeah, 2021, gonna have some fun. You look into shit because shit is coming to look into you. God bless you.